My name's Yoav Gilad. I am from Venice, California. I picked this car up basically to come to Amelia Island and celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Porsche 911. It's a 1977 911S. The car was $9,200. Basically, I wanted to see what I could get for as little as possible. As long as it was sort of roadworthy and I thought it would make it, I'd take a shot. And yeah, basically just put new tires on it because what it had was kind of rotted, and changed the oil and adjust the clutch a little bit, make sure the brakes were in order. Got it on the road. We took 4 days. It was about 2,700 miles, did about 10 hours a day and just had a blast. The car was strong. Fifth gear, you put your foot down, it just went. The car was perfect. All right, let's go take it for a drive. So we headed out of LA, pretty much through the desert into Arizona, and wound our way through the mountains and then obviously into New Mexico. Got on the interstates a little bit, but we tried to avoid them as much as possible. Found the car through a friend who set me up with a mechanic. The car was only being driven about 1,000 miles a year, and it was parked at LAX most of the time. The guy lived in Boston, and when he would fly in, he'd just jump in his car, drive it around a little bit. But the mechanic, I think he actually liked it more than the owner. He was itching for the owner to sell it because he felt that the car needed to be driven. So he set me up with the owner, and I wound up buying it for $9,200. And it's running strong. The only thing that really bothers me about it is that it doesn't have a rear view mirror, unfortunately. So every time I change lanes, got to do one of these. But other than that, it seems bulletproof. We did 2,700 miles, all around the speed limit, let's say. And it's been pretty incredible. We disconnected the air conditioning and the blower motor. Just have one belt on the engine right now to save gas and to make more power. I love that the tachometer's in the middle. You don't have to mess with the speedometer too much. The brakes are amazing in this car. They feel better than most new cars. It probably has to do with the lightweight. The car only weighs about 2,550 pounds. Steering is super light and quick. It's obviously not power, so it needs some muscle if you're at low speed, but it feels like a go-kart. The first owner of the car was a doctor who ordered it new in Northern California in 1977. So the guy had a custom stereo and security system installed, but he also had a microphone installed so he could give notes to his secretary, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know. I'm probably gonna tear out the security system and all that because it's basically miles of wire with no purpose, but this is amazing. It's probably my 6th or 7th cross-country drive. But I've never bought a car and then a week later driven it across the country. There were a lot of nerves involved. Monday morning when we left, I was definitely apprehensive. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know if a connecting rod's gonna let go in your first 20 miles or even worse, somewhere in the middle of New Mexico or Texas. But the car has been solid and it's driven well, and so far it hasn't let us down. Now we just have to make it back. I was apprehensive, but I had faith, and fortunately, so far, my faith has been rewarded in a strong running, fun car. It's gonna be tough to sell it when I get back to LA, but that was the plan.